Today, we're going to talk about an important topic that will increase or decrease your marks by 2 to 3 points if you don't use them correctly or if you do use them correctly. Now, these are called connectors or conjunctions, which are key things in CELPIP writing and speaking. The more you use, the better, because they have marks on coherence, structure, tone, and your range of vocabulary as well, because you can use basic connectors like and or but, or advanced ones like furthermore or nonetheless, and that's what we're going to discuss today. Now, when you're connecting different points or ideas in your writing and speaking, you want to use words like furthermore, moreover, likewise, and also. All these connectors, these 4 that I have given you, are great replacements for the word and, because most of you just keep saying and. Now, the problem is, when you also start new points, sometimes you don't even consider using and or a pause. But if you use connectors, especially the ones that are advanced, like furthermore, likewise, or moreover, you're able to not only connect points, but also get marks for a vocabulary, because now you have used advanced words. So whenever you're switching points, make sure to do that. But also, again, we're trying to make sure we have our points for advanced words. Why don't we use some unique connectors or conjunctions? And these are conjunctions or connectors with "ly" in it. They become adverbs. For example, accordingly, surprisingly, or interestingly. When you use these words, they connect different ideas, and also they help you get the marks for advanced connectors, because very few people use "lys" with connectors. That is a key thing, a key tip that you can use to add more variety in your words and connectors, because you have marks for the range of vocabulary, expressions, and phrases. So make sure to include that. Now, when we talk about concluding words, there are plenty, but most of the time we see people use "that's why," "that is why," and sometimes not even that. So what you want to do is use something more advanced. For example, therefore, consequently, hence, thereby. Now, these are advanced concluding connectors or concluding words that help you wrap up your ideas in a more fancy way and getting that mark for the advanced vocabulary at the same time. However, when we talk about informal emails, which are part of task 1, writing, and also some informal speaking topics that you may get, it's a good idea to not say therefore, thereby, because they're big words, they're very formal. In those cases, it's advisable to use "that's why" or "thereby," and that's it. But only in those informal conditions is that okay. Most of your conditions in writing and speaking are formal, which means you should use the advanced ones, which are therefore, hence, thereby, consequently, and use that especially when you're wrapping up your ideas. Now, a lot of times we get into contradictions. We say something opposite, and people usually use the word "but." This is something simple. Everybody's going to use it. How do you stand out and get more marks? You can use the words however, nonetheless, or nevertheless. These 3 connectors are the best contradictory connectors when you're switching stances. Now, when you're switching paragraphs or you're switching from one major point to another, you can also use words like conversely or on the other hand. Now, on the other hand is a longer phrase and it's more common, so I prefer conversely, but sometimes, especially in speaking, when you're thinking about switching between points, you can use something like on the other hand. It gives you some thinking time as well. So make sure to incorporate all these great connectors and improve your writing and speaking marks and score a CLB 10.